Hey everybody, it's Leah, and you're probably looking at my surroundings and thinking, where are you? I'm actually in my classroom right now, and it's very messy because I'm having to package up my entire room, put it in boxes, and move it across the hallway, including 40 Orff instruments and 30 full-size keyboards with stands, not including all my books, all my CDs, all my teaching materials, and every single thing I own. So thank you all hell the pregnant people for, I cannot believe they put me in charge of moving my whole room right before summer. And then you gotta think when I get back when I'm 7.5 months pregnant, I have to put it all back. Yay. So while we're here, I might as well let you see a little bit about my room. Here is my keyboarding setup, and you can see my trees falling. It's only 2 weeks of school left. This is where I teach keyboarding to some of the kids. And when you turn, then you can see I've got stuff in boxes, and I've got a pretty large room here. There's the front, and you can see all my messes, and then I'm sitting here at my very, very messy desk. So there's a little tour of my classroom. So, I am now officially 18 weeks, and so much has happened since my last blog because now we know we're having a boy. Yay! And we are going to name him Trace Liam. The meaning it has a lot of meaning to us, actually. When I named my first daughter, I didn't have a lot of meaning. It just meant something to me because I liked the way it sounded and I liked the way it went together, Madison Lindley, and that was just mine. But now that I'm married and Jeff and I have to share the responsibility, I let him pick the first name and I pick the middle name. So he went with Trace, and you can read about it in the blog before this, but I think it's really interesting if you hear me tell you. He said Trace in Spanish means three. Three is the perfect trinity, where all corners of the Trinity are equal in giving and loving, just like Jesus Christ loves the church. And he said if you put Maddie on one corner and Jeff on one corner and me on the other corner and you put Trace in the middle, he will be loved equally from all three sides for the rest of his life. But then you can rotate him out and put Maddie in the middle and she will be loved equally from all three sides. And then you can move Jeff and so on and me. And that's where we came up with Trace. Liam is after my father, Mickey Lee. I really, really adore my dad, and he's done so much for me in this lifetime, and this is a very small way to show him how much he means to me. And we took the word Lee and just added Liam. And it's Irish descent, and Trace is French descent. So now Trace has French, Irish, and then a French last name, which just turns out wonderful. It's like a sandwich. We did have a really big weekend last weekend. We had all of our family from Louisiana and Texas get together, and our friends in celebration of Jeff graduating with his MBA. He's been doing it online for 3 years, and this was a big goal of his. And I can remember when we decided to do this, it was a really big deal because it was either move to Austin for pharmaceutical school or it was stay here and do online. And he made that choice, and it was a really great choice, and I'm really proud of him. He worked really, really hard, ended up getting a really, really high GPA and graduating the top of his class. And my question is, will he stop here? He said there are no definites in his life, but you know, that's funny because I have a definite. I don't want any more children after this. That's always going to be our argument. So anyways, last weekend we got everybody together and we stayed in Dallas for the whole weekend, and we went to this really cool place called Stork Vision. And after visiting Stork Vision and after knowing that my cousin Kinley owns a Stork Vision, I'm very highly interested in seeing about starting maybe my own Stork Vision. I definitely want to have my own photography studio as well, so we'll see what we can conjure up. We will see. I'm really appreciative to Jeff's parents coming down and his sister. They drove for a long 9 hours to stay here with us crazy people, and we stayed in Dallas all weekend. We went to the Dallas World Aquarium. We went to the sonogram together. We went to Jeff's MBA graduation. It was just a really, really great weekend. We had a dinner where everyone got to roast Jeff and celebrate his life, and everyone should roast or everyone should celebrate everyone's life while they're here and while they can hear it. And I'm just really glad that everyone could come and do that for him. Let's see what else is on the list. Oh, well, we're going to change the subject totally. Weight gain. Last time I went to the doctor, he was very upset with me in a very nice way, saying, 6 pounds is a lot in 4 weeks. Just be careful. And I really didn't understand why I was gaining so much weight. And then I started looking at my sugar intake. And sugar sticks to you like glue in the normal world, but when you're pregnant, it's even worse. Everything sticks to you. And he kind of explained to me that in the caveman days, when you only had 1 meal a day, if you had a meal, your body would hold on to those meals when you're pregnant so that you can last longer and have more energy and be able to make it through the day. Well, our bodies are still in that mindset, but we want to eat all the time, so it holds everything all the time, which means you're just going to be fat. So I'm trying to be patient with this whole sugar and water thing, and I tell you, it is a constant thought in my mind. What am I eating? What's this going to feel like in about a day? How's it going to affect me? And I've never cared about my weight or had to worry about it, but now I do. So now I'm doing that. Speaking of weight, that means my clothing has changed. I'm officially in pregnancy clothes. I do have a couple of pairs of jeans that I really, really am trying to keep on with my little Bella band thing that I have. But it's just to the point now it's like, just do it. You're pregnant. Go with it. This is the only time in your life you get to wear them. Just wear them. It's not a big deal. There are 2 different kinds of pregnancy pants, though. There's the kind that have the little band where your belly sits on top of it, and it kind of holds your gut in. It's tight. And then you have the other kind that comes up really high, but then you feel like you're shelving your belly. And it's kind of 2 different looks. So if I wear the short band, people say, oh, you don't look pregnant, because it kind of pulls it in. But then when I wear like the really high cut ones, they're like, oh, you look pregnant. I'm like, great. So it's like just whatever goes with whatever. What's really bad, though, is when you grow out of your pregnancy pants and then you're really sad. And that's happened to me in 1 pair of pants. So I'm like, But my main clothing, besides today, I'm at work, I have work clothes on. I usually wear a tank top and a cardigan. That way, if it gets hot, I can take it off. But that's all that's in my closet right now. Tank tops and cardigans. I don't know how it ended up that way, but it works for me. So that's what I'm wearing. Recently, since we found out we're having Trace, we have been like on a hyper internet hunting extravaganza where I'm just like, oh, now I can start picking out stuff and have his name on this and the color scheme that and what bed are we gonna get and stuff like that. So I don't know. I've been on the internet as much as possible in my free time and looking and searching, and I think I'm driving Jeff insane. He's like, how do you look up this stuff so fast? I'm like, I don't know. It's just really exciting to me. A rocker, a glider for the living room. This has been a topic that it's really hard because the one I want's like $750. Do I want to spend that much on a chair? No. But the luxury of knowing I can lean back in it and prop my feet up at 3 o'clock in the morning, and it's a rocker, a glider, and it swivels, and it reclines, possibly worth it. Because then you go to these cheap places like Babies R Us, and it's like a $500 chair, but they feel like cardboard, like springy cardboard. So it's like, I don't know. Is it worth it? We're going to change to food again because I love food. I could really honestly eat a hamburger every single day and a taco and ice cream. And I know that sounds really weird. And people are like, are you craving anything really, really, really weird? I'm like, not really. It's just either I want lots and lots of like dairy products or I want lots and lots of like sugar or heavy foods. I love like heavy, greasy foods. But you know what that's going to do. Add to the hippage. I am continuing to try and drink as much water as possible, but I'm telling you what, that soda every day is the best soda in the world. And some days I cheat and I have 2, but don't tell anybody. But anyways, I'm exhausted. I've been at work all day, and I had a little bit of time to kill before I pick up Maddie. And I just want to get this blog in really quick, and I know this is a interesting scenario, and I'm sure these beautiful bright neon lights look wonderful. Anyways, thank you for listening and all your thoughts and your prayers, and following the blog, and I know that there's a lot of family and friends out there, and to know that we love you very much and that we are setting aside a date right now for July 31st is going to be our co-ed shower. It's going to be an outdoor thing. I know it's going to be a hot time of year, but we plan on treating you very nicely and cooling you down somehow. So put it on your calendar, July 31st. It will be here in the Metroplex, and we will talk to you another time. And have a great day. Bye.